Hi Moon Babes, and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time joining us, hi, my name is Cheyenne and I'm the face behind and founder of Soulful Soothe. Today we are going to be doing a Jupiter expansion reading. So this is a pick a pile. Feel free to pick one or more piles. The timestamps will be down below in the description. But before we get into that, I did want to give a shout out to today's sponsor. I haven't worn draws in years, so y'all know NYX has got to be special to get me to be a brand ambassador. All jokes aside, thank y'all for sending over the luxe bodysuit and dream short. This bodysuit understood the entire curriculum, from the removable padding, the wireless lift, and the material just being so damn soft. Like, take my money now. The dream short is an absolute dream. I wanted to show a few pair of my older moon cycle undies just to show and compare how innovative NYX is. From the wider gusset to the overall material selection, these were designed with a leak-free 99 in mind. Use my coupon code on the screen for money off your next order of 100 or more. Thanks again, NYX, for sending over the goodies. I am thoroughly enjoying them. Now, to get into the options for today's piles, again, you don't have to pick just one. You can pick multiple. Feel free to find these timestamps in the description. I'm going to go through, but feel free to pause the screen and connect with each of these items before you pick. Pile 1, Pyrite. Pile 1, Pyrite. Pile 2, Venus oil. Venus oil. Pile 3, a Benjy. If you picked Pyrite, this is your pile. Welcome. I'm so honored to read for you. I did go ahead and pray off camera already before I pulled these cards. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to do an individual prayer with every single one, but just know that I did pray over these cards. Before we get into your reading, I did want to mention, make sure you're following me on all my social media platforms so that you're tuned in and you don't miss any important news. I am picking up on so much energy from this pile's cards, like it's insane. So let's start with the dollar bills card, the green card in the center at the top. It says practice. Write down the why for the money. Write down your why for the money you are manifesting. Each deposit should have a purpose. What is the purpose of your latest transaction? I'm getting the sense of you feeling like you're spinning your wheels when it comes to making progress with financial goals, business goals, career goals. The next thing that I want to jump to, or next card I want to jump to, is the circle affirmations card at the bottom right. My work is not in vain. So connecting those two cards when it comes to how you create money, how you manifest money, how you call it in, it seems like you either don't really have a problem with calling in money. It's that you don't know how to manage it properly. And so when you go to manifest more, the universe isn't really, quote unquote, willing to give you more because you squandered it before. That's the sense that I'm getting. But all hope is not lost. There is a huge opportunity here for you to transform and to pay attention to the messages that are coming in. So I'm getting that specifically from the King of Sticks in the upper left corner, the High Priestess beneath it, and the Unicorn card all the way to the far right. So these three cards are all about following your intuition, listening to guidance, and really following passion and taking action on something. Specifically with the High Priestess, this is going within and knowing what you know. Knowing what spirit wants for you, what you want for yourself, what is for the highest and greatest good for everyone involved in whatever situation that may be. The King of Wands is urging you to take aligned action towards your dreams, towards your passion, really getting creative and expressing yourself. Specifically, if you're a writer or involved in any art form, in my opinion, all art is a form of storytelling. Even doing readings, in my opinion, this is a form of storytelling, and that's how we connect with other humans. And so if you specifically are a writer or a storyteller and you are involved in the arts and you've taken somewhat of a hiatus away from the arts or away from whatever creative endeavor that you choose to express yourself through, this is the time to get back to it. Seven of Wands comes after an immense victory, a victory that isn't just a minor milestone or a minor little checkbox. This is big public news. This is something big that has happened in the somewhat recent past. I want to say the last 6 to 12 months. Really feeling like other people have had their eyes on you, and really feeling like a lot of people have looked at you as being successful and just getting everything you want. You always constantly succeeding, you never failing, you always win. Bitch, what you thought? Like, that's the vibe that's coming through. And so Seven of Wands comes after that, because this is a time where we need to be anteing up our protection. We need to be more cognizant of the people around us and their effect on us. So this is a time to be following your intuition and taking aligned action, specifically not sharing details with other people that aren't integral to the execution of the process during the planning phase. Just like keeping things under wraps. Now, before I close out your reading, I did want to say I noticed that there is a heavy emphasis on structure, stability, foundations, the home life, and this sense of belonging. I'm specifically getting that from the tower in the upper left corner of the King of Sticks and the two Starseed Oracle cards in the upper right. They both mention home. I'm going to try and zoom in right now when I'm editing so that you can read and see how both of these mention home and how they both mention, one of them actually mentions following your intuition and turning your gaze within, and the other one mentions being homesick. So I feel like this really ties back to what I was saying with the High Priestess and the King of Sticks, is like following your intuition, your desires, tuning out what other people want you to do, and you making the choice to take action on what it is that you want to do. And that's what's going to garner you the most success moving forward. There's also this sense of the veil being super thin for you. There could be some dream work that you are doing, so pay attention to your dreams. I'm getting that from the color schemes on the three cards on the right side, the upper right, the two Starseed Oracle and the Unicorn card. Like, those cards just scream dreaminess to me. If you have any like dream talismans, sleep with those, or any dream oils, feel free to sleep with those to amplify your ability to remember the dreams and process the messages. But other than that, that's what I'm seeing for you. I hope that this message resonated, and I hope that it was helpful. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know if it resonated. If not, I will see you in the next video. Ciao. Hi, Venus Oil. Welcome to your reading. I did want to, before we jump into your reading, go ahead and remind you to follow me on all of my socials so that you don't miss any important messages. All right, let's get into this reading. This one is going to be juicy, and I feel so giddy. I can't stop smiling, like my face hurts already. Y'all are the second group to get the High Priestess, and it's really funny because the High Priestess is coming out in a whole different deck. I love when this happens. For y'all, though, I'm feeling like the high priestess here is not really about going within or following your intuition. It's more so about the embodiment and the embodiment of your confidence, the embodiment of your vision, the execution. And so it goes beyond the execution. It goes beyond what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. It's not just the fact that you are putting on a brave face in the midst of tragedy, putting on a compassionate smile in the midst of your name being smeared in the mud, staying silent when you really want to go the fuck off, and doing it all with a smile on your face. You see what I'm saying? It's not just the fact that you are making things look easy, you're also making them look effortless. And so I feel like this is coming after a time of very burdensome, hard work. I'm getting that specifically from this Page of Swords and the Devil. I'm getting a lot of exhaustion, possibly from you being watched by others that envy you. I don't know if you've peeped how, like, the Page of Swords, he's kind of like looking towards the Devil card, and the Devil is just chilling, living his own life, doing his own thing. I'm getting very Venus vibes. Libra and Venus is coming through very, very strong right now. So I feel like either you're exhausted from someone draining your energy by keeping tabs on you, by energetically spying on you, so to speak. I'm getting the sense that they are at a distance, but like they're close enough. I really don't like that energy, but that's not the main energy of this reading. I get the sense that this is coming after a period of that kind of behavior or that kind of experience. Now, the rest of the cards above that are just super beaming of like joy and happiness and abundance. So the dollar bills card that y'all got was referring to oranges and using oranges as a way to amplify your abundance rituals. So if you aren't aware, excuse me, oranges are really good to amplify abundance rituals because it promotes positivity. Citrus specifically is very uplifting, and it's often associated with money, with abundance. And so one of the ways that you can tap into the power of orange is by doing a simmer pot. You can boil it with some sprigs of rosemary. You can do cinnamon, bay leaf. You can also get some star anise, just any kind of herbs and botanicals that are going to correspond with your specific intention. Another way you can do this is by diffusing it. So if you don't want to do a simmer pot, you can get some sweet orange and diffuse that. There's a bunch of different ways that you can tap into the power of oranges and use that to amplify. But now I get the sense that it's a matter of you meeting spirit halfway with the spiritual aspects. I'm getting the sense that you've already put in so much labor. I'm actually getting like 10 of Cups vibes off of the soul satisfaction card on the left, number 25, I want to say. It's really giving like you being rewarded after putting in so much time, so much money, so much effort, so much resources. If you look to the right, the Weight of the World card, like I said, lots of burdens, lots of hard work. Shower of blessings, this is what is coming after. It's very much giving a rainbow after the storm, and I absolutely love this for you. Now let's look at your affirmations cards. The first affirmation card is a crown chakra card. It says the possibilities are endless. And the second affirmation card is when I keep promises I've made to myself, I cultivate self-trust. So this really goes back to that message I was saying earlier about you embodying your desires, you embodying the life that you want to live and embrace. I'm also getting the message that the veil is thin for you as well. You might want to go back and listen to Pyrite's message. I feel like some of you may be kind of like in between the phase of Pyrite and the Venus oil. It's almost like the Pyrite is like a second grader and Venus oil is like a seventh grader. It's almost that drastic of a gap. And so I get the sense that like Pyrite is you having to go within to learn what it is that you want, and then you graduating to this sense of embodying what it is that you want, you taking the action towards it, and finally reaping the rewards, finally seeing results after quite some time of not really seeing any results, any forward movement. And now your faith is able to be restored because you are finally starting to see. I'm hearing the ice and the water break. I don't know if that's regarding a pregnancy specifically. My solar plexus and sacral chakra are like lighting up right now. So I don't know if that's specific to anybody. If you're expecting, maybe that's a confirmation for you, or wanting to be expecting, that's a confirmation for you. And now that I say that, I'm focusing on the fact that there's a child, and that card that I was saying reminded me of the Ten of Cups earlier. So yeah, I really feel like abundance for you specifically is tied to generational wealth. If you didn't come from it, you're going to create it. And I get the sense that you're feeling like the work has just been so tumultuous and laborious, and it has. But like I said, things are about to start lighten up for you. Like, it's coming, it's here. All right, that's what I'm seeing for y'all, Venus oil. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with y'all, that you allow me to grow alongside y'all. Like, I'm for real appreciative of being able to do this journey with y'all. Like, it's not the easiest, but y'all definitely be pulling me through with your prayers, your love, your support, for real. And speaking of support, don't forget to leave a comment, share this with a friend who might be interested, as well as leave a comment, liking, sharing. Did I say leave a comment already? Yeah, so leave a comment. No, but for real, I love y'all. I fuck with you the long way. Until the next video, or the next pick a card, or the next whatever, I love you so much. All right, Benjy's money bag. I'm so excited for this reading. I said in the last pile that I really felt like it was this like theme of graduation. Now that I see Ascension lifts right off the bat, Knight of Swords right off the bat. Knight of Swords is exciting because the last pile had Page of Swords. And even though it was kind of someone else's energy coming through as toxic and unhealthy, the fact that it was going from the Page to the Knight, this is definitely some sort of matriculation, some sort of advance. And this is really giving me the sense that you are accelerating and have arrived. You've arrived at a different level. You're no longer intermediate, I just heard. Nine of Coins is really just giving me like you really hit your stride. You may not feel like it, but if your 13, 14-year-old self would look at you, they probably would be proud. And if you aren't feeling like you could be proud of yourself currently, that's a call for some shadow work. Or if not some shadow work, it's time for you to step your shit up, boss your pussy up, okay? You know, no tough love, whatever, but like just real talk, right? So if you're not currently feeling like that, this is what Spirit desires for you to feel stable, solid, secure, for you to feel like you have arrived, for you to feel fulfilled in your life, and for you to feel solid independently without the influence or the not necessarily support of others, but without other people having to, I'm seeing stilts. So without other people having to like prop you up, you could prop yourself up. Let's look at this money gem. So the last two piles had practices. And this is, wow, this is crazy because I'm just now realizing this. This is another confirmation that this is some sort of matriculation for you. So if you've picked this pile, I'm expecting you to be an OG in the gang. Like, you're not a baby to this. This is not your first rodeo when it comes to manifesting money, manifesting things into your life. You're a master manifester. And I'm not just talking about money. Like, we often go to money when we're talking about abundance just because it's the most simplest way to think about it from the human perspective. But I really get the sense that you've called in so many things in your life before and that they've had to shed away as you ascend. I'm looking at the Ascension Lift card. This has also happened really rapidly. Like, I get the sense that your growth, your matriculation, it's happened very fast. I don't know if you noticed, but I jumped right in. I didn't even have time to remember to try to plug liking the video, sharing with a friend, doing all that I was able to do in other videos or the readings before this one, because this one I was just like, okay, we're hitting the ground running. Moving on to your affirmation card in the center on the bottom, my emotions are balanced. So I feel like this is definitely confirmation yet again that there is some sort of matriculation that has occurred. In the first pile, I mentioned some sort of like emotional spending, I believe, is what came through. If not, that's how it's coming through right now. That's how it's being summarized. And right now I'm feeling a pain in my tooth. So I feel like that's confirming that like you're healing from some sort of like frivolous spending, or just healing some sort of scarred relationship with money and with emotional spending. And so seeing this card, my emotions are balanced, next to Ascension Lift, this tells me that you have been delivered from the emotional spending. The Knight of Swords is very logical and strategic. And so these three cards all together are telling me that you have learned a lot of lessons and you're arriving at that point, which there's no surprise why the Nine of Coins is here, since that is the case. Last but not least, you realize that you can be happy with or without money. And that's circling back to what I was saying earlier, how the other two piles had practices while you are the only pile that has a money gem. You have done the work, you've done the practice, you are ready to go to the next level. And speaking of the next level, the Starseed card you have is the Courageous Peony. So for me, this confirms that not only are you an OG in this gang, that people look up to you because you're so courageous. And I'm getting the sense that you don't even realize how people view you because you're so focused on doing you. You're so focused on going after what it is that you desire, your goals. You've got blinders on. But so many people look up to you and admire the shit out of you. So that's your reading. I hope that this message resonated. Feel free to drop a like, a comment if anything resonated, or if you have any questions. But it feels so good to get back into reading for y'all. I had so much fun putting this reading together. It's been quite some time since I've done a pick a card. They're my most challenging videos to edit, but they're always so worth it because it's beautiful to see how even though the messages can kind of come through separately for us, they still end up having a connection. And I feel like that is just so beautiful. But I'm gonna stop rambling. Feel free to binge the content. Thank y'all so much for getting me over 150 subscribers. Thank y'all so much. It's feeling like it's happening overnight incrementally. I know one day I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be, you know, big shit popping, but right now I'm gloating because I don't know. I'm gonna say that for a different video. But I love y'all so much. You know where to find me if you need me. Until the next video, ciao.